You're back with us right to the morning show on ETV. It's a What's Cooking Wednesday, waking up all across South Africa, and it's time to get those creative juices flowing as we deep dive into the world of creatives who are shaping our industry, and in this case, one online platform at a time. Ben Mwale and Kaya Keke are the founders of some of your favorite online platforms such as GAUTEng Lifestyle Magazine, Santon Lifestyle Magazine, and today they join me to chat about their platforms, their careers in journalism, and share some insight into what it takes to have a career, you know, in the things that they do, such as journalism and being online and making sure all the stories are heard and told. Ben, Kaya, welcome to the morning show.
Good morning. Thank you.
So good to have you with us. I was saying to you guys when you arrived, before you went to makeup, or actually after makeup, that trust, you came at the right time because the sun's already starting to come out now.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah, I know it's starting to warm up. Yeah, it's starting to warm up, and it was actually beautiful. The drive here was just beautiful, and the weather today, it's not as cold as it was.
No, amazing. Listen, so excited to have you here with us. One, because I think many people watching, always like to get into things in the sense of like, how do they become what you guys are, or how do they do what you guys are? Because we all started somewhere. And for you, for me, honestly, I feel like you're starting a little empire here, because there's this journey you've been on for how many years now, and I've worked with you, you know, for a number of years now, and there's always more coming. So just to give you kind of an idea, like for everyone watching, where are we sitting right now with just like, I guess, this little empire that you're building?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very good, thank you.
Okay, so we basically started in 2016. Where the idea came from was the fact that we wanted to start off with a copy of a magazine, you know, and then we realized that there was a gap within the online space. Because at that time, there was not a lot of magazines that were online. And we could see the shift that people were moving from the hard copies onto the online platform. So we started GAUTEng online magazine. We started to talk about the lifestyle, GAUTEng lifestyle, what's going on in GAUTEng. As you can see, if you browse on the magazine, we do not do the gossip columns. We only talk about the good stuff that is happening within our province. And we actually found that the magazine grew very fast. And that's when now the idea to bring in more magazines, because we wanted to dominate within the online lifestyle magazine. So the idea behind this is that we want to tell good stories within our province, and also to make sure that we put the whole picture into South Africa as a continent. But now we've been given a platform, although Ben will elaborate on that, to make sure that we expand into Africa and also to capture other stories outside of Africa, other people that are living outside of Africa, so that we can tell the stories, all the good stories that is happening within our continent.
Wow. I think the beauty and the real success story is that you guys kind of found your groove really fast, in the way that, you know, you wanted to go hard copy, and then you decided, well, at the time there wasn't a lot online, and you were so right. And I'm so thankful that you did that. One, because when COVID hit, so many magazines closed doors. And here you are, stronger than ever before, and you continue to just make more magazines, more online platforms. What is the secret then into making a successful online publication, Ben?
Oh yeah, the secret is, of course, as we discussed, it's about dedication. Okay, one needs to be dedicated, and you have to have a passion of what you're doing. You have to love what you're doing. You have to have you have to have a goal where you want to learn of what's happening in the online space. Okay, yeah, and then there's a lot of stuff that happens that you need to implement in the business, in the online business, for it to be successful. Especially, you know, most of our publications we use the WordPress. Okay, I'm sure you know WordPress. Yeah, so WordPress comes along with a lot of plugins. Okay, plugins what you used to use for example, for SEO. Ranking, there's a plugin for that. For notifications, when you publish, or readers, if it comes to your phone, you have option where you want to subscribe to the notification or not. Also, that helps to drive the the hits on the magazines and all those things. Yeah, that's what I.
There's a lot that goes into it, and Kaya, coming back to you, essentially, you've got these multiple platforms now that you guys are managing on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Is it tough then to disseminate information to all these kind of platforms to make sure that all, because now they all have, built up their own kind of readership and their own
Absolutely.
kind of community that now follows and reads. How do you make sure that everyone is happy with the amount of information that has to be published?
Great question. We've basically partnered up with a lot of skilled writers,
Amazing.
with a lot of PR platforms. So what happens is at the beginning, we actually used to pay for content. Can you believe it?
Wow.
But as the magazine grew, the content now, it gets to be sent to us. So then we obviously sit down and sift through and see what sort of, according to the information that we get, we make sure that we put the story on the right magazine. Because remember that we've got about 4 online platforms. So we have to make sure that we feed the information correctly and we balance the scale. So for example, if we've got somebody who may be more like a lifestyle and athlete, so we will know exactly where to position that information and to make sure that we send it to the correct crowd.
So then what does it take? I mean, for someone watching right now, I mean, there are many online platforms. I mean, you guys obviously built over many years now, you've put the work in, the recipe's there and the success is there. But for someone watching who wants to just start their own online platform, or let's say a blog, it starts off as a blog. What is the process to follow to start something like this?
Okay, so as you know, there are a lot of programs to start, especially for a website. Okay, you can see people they have WordPress is a single blog for maybe for yourself and stuff like that. Yeah, but for a magazine, if you're asking of how to run a magazine, then I can give you a little bit of some tips of how you can start and how you can make it better, and how you can bring, of course, some revenue in the end.
Right.
And of course, you need to exercise patience because really this thing is really you need patience, because it won't just work, happen in one day or in a year.
And it's constant, one day at a time,
course.
putting information out. But is it expensive to start?
The start is pretty much expensive. You've got to have something on the hand because, I mean, laptop, for example, you have to have a laptop. You have to be connected on the Wi-Fi also throughout the day, because remember the information is coming in very fast and you have to be able to be on your toes.
Yes.
So, and you need to be the person that exercises patience, because we've got a lot of people that are calling you. Everyone wants their content to be posted. But I would say that if you've got at least a startup of, you can buy a computer, you can be on your Wi-Fi, or you're connected throughout the day, and you've got to be dedicated, because you have to sit behind that desk and be able to have a mindset of wanting to do this for the love of it, and also want to have a revenue at the end of the day.
Yes.
Because you're not just doing it for free. You have to make something out of it at the end of the day.
I think at the beginning, everyone starts off with an online platform, or they start off with a blog and they do it for the passion. But then
Yes.
I think they realize that there's something in it and I can actually sell my space.
Absolutely.
And make money, because I mean, that's the dream, right?
Yeah.
We all work towards something and we don't want to work for free.
Not for free, no.
We
No,
have to get something in return. Just lastly, before we close this off, what is it about journalism that just keeps you still fired up and gets you excited every single morning about this industry?
The industry, that's a very good question, because we, in the end, we come up with we connect with different, especially PR companies, brands, and of course we get to travel. We travel, experience things and stuff. Yeah, so it's very exciting. Very exciting, I tell you right now.
I think that's the great thing about being in journalism, is that you do get a lot of experiences, and people always want, okay, well, you know what, I own this lodge, here's a weekend stay, but I want the review. So there's a lot of give and take that has to get in a big, but I think the essence of it still boils down to you being credible to your audience and not just selling fake dreams, giving them the real kind of deal about it. And for you, Kaya, what is it about journalism that you absolutely love?
I think for me, because I've worked within a corporate environment, and also being in a corporate environment and being a creative person, you feel very, claustrophobic.
Yes.
Yeah, you feel like you don't have a space.
Like you're controlled.
Yes, you don't have a space to expand your wings. So hence now, we've gone fully on as entrepreneurs, and I've actually found space within my time to go back to school, because now I'm doing masters in philosophy and majoring in corporate strategy, because that's what I want. I want to be a strategist. So what excites me about this is that I get the space to be more creative, to be myself. I can sit back, be in my thoughts, and even traveling. I love traveling because then I can get to be in my space and be creative as much as I can. And I look forward to a time where we're going to be dominating within the online space,
yes,
and to expand into the public relations space.
Well, listen, very, very exciting things on the card. I've been an avid watcher of your journey for some time now. I mean, we've worked together in the past, and just congratulations on what you have achieved in such a short space of time. I know there's been a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of work that has gone into it, but congratulations, and onwards and upwards always. And thank you so much for joining us right here on the morning show. Just giving insight to everyone watching at home, like what it takes, because many, want jobs out there. Many are looking for their next, and where do they venture into? And maybe it's a career in online journalism. Who knows? So thank you for inspiring and joining us, and hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Such a pleasure. Well, there you have it, everybody, from Ben and Kaya speaking about the incredible work they do on their online platforms, and GAUTEng Lifestyle Magazine, Santon Lifestyle Magazine, Showbiz Scope. There are just so many more, and I think every year that comes there's a new platform, because why? People want to read stories, people want to be connected to their cities, people want to connect to people who are sharing incredible stories, and that's where they come in to share those stories on their platforms. So much more coming up on The Morning Show. We are in the kitchen next to make something delicious, of course. Don't go anywhere.